Hello and welcome. It's been a few days since I made my last video about my grandpa, and I was talking about grief and how I was feeling helpless about and frustrated that I couldn't do more. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this week, and he actually passed yesterday. And the grief process for me has actually gone pretty well. I'm doing okay with what's happened. And the fact that he was in his late 90s and he was suffering, and the suffering was due to not being able to get him back to his home, which he loved dearly. He was in the mountains here in Colorado for many, many years. And he also was in pain. And so I think for me, one of the blessings is knowing that he's no longer in pain. And he actually also talked about being united with his beloved wife in heaven. And he talked about that openly. So that was very helpful for all of us that are grieving him and that loved him very much. And it's part of the grief process is to be able to put into perspective. And I think I was really lucky because he was very in tune with his inability to heal from an injury, and that he was ready. So I think the fact that he was able to talk about it with us, to share his feelings with me over the last week since I made the last video, and that has really been helpful. It has eased some of my stress and anxiety about not being able to do more. I mentioned previously I'm over 3 hours away, and it's not easy to get to him. And I do work. I am working. So how am I coping? I have friends, and I've been able to talk to several of my friends. I also have a coach that knows me very well, and he's been amazing. And I enjoy walking in nature. I'm a morning walker, so I've been walking, and that really helps. Excuse me. And also, I take my cat out, and I'm going to show you, hopefully, her at the end of this video. She's been trained in a harness, and I take her out walking. So that's a real joy to me. I also believe in prayer. So I am a prayerful person, and I've used that as part of my coping. I do EFT, which is the tapping emotional freedom technique where you tap. And I'll be doing a teaching video to share more of that with you later. But that's how I deal with stress. I also like hot baths, and I've done several hot baths, and then just being able to relax my nervous body and just take really good care of myself. Now, of course, I have a few vices that I go to, and one of them is chocolate. And yes, I have had some indulgence in chocolate, and not the best kind, but the good kind that tastes delicious and you really enjoy. So, and then I've had lunch with a friend today who's very loving and very caring and very understanding. So I'm just trying to take it easy. I'm not pushing myself to do more or be more the next few days. We haven't set a date, the family hasn't, about the ceremony to honor his life and all the good works he did. He was actually a World War II veteran, and that's pretty special. You know, he lived a long life, and he was very honored and respected for his service to our country. So those were a few things. I love fresh flowers. So the ones that you see in the back are not fresh. They are actually artificial, but they're beautiful artificial. So occasionally I do buy from the grocery store, I'll buy myself fresh flowers. So I feel really blessed, and I'm really honored by having the support system in place. And I think that's crucial, especially during stressful times where we lose people that we love dearly, and not isolating. So I am making plans to see people this weekend and trying to go to bed early. I really cherish my sleep time, so I recommend that. So those are some of the coping mechanisms that I am going through and using to help myself. Drop some comments below what works for you. Be happy to hear from you. And I do hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'll be making another video here soon. So thank you for following, and thank you for being part of this journey.